Um, okay, time out, time out, time out. My name is Thomas Ognibene, and I play semi-pro foosball. I started playing back in 2018. My dad's friend got both of us involved. We didn't really take it seriously back then, but then we started to take it a little more serious and, actually like practice more, like on the table and like putting the time in. I've traveled to a lot of different states, mainly just in the US, including Florida, Kentucky, Mississippi, New York, of course, because that's where I'm from. I'd say my dad's friend, who my dad works with, he got us into playing, and if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't never be playing. He also traveled to different tournaments across the US back in the day, but he does it more locally now, so.
So, do you mind explaining how foosball works? Like the rules of it, how the game works?
So you can only play, there's no spinning involved. You could either play with doubles or singles in like tournaments, or like if you're playing like recreationally, like with friends. So at the World Cup, they have different tables for each country. Like there's a Bonzini table, there's a Garlando table, but each country has their own table.
What's the most memorable experience you had playing foosball?
I'd say my most memorable experience was probably my first tournament when I went to Florida State Championships back in 2019, and that tournament I usually go to every year, but this past year I didn't go due to COVID, and just to be safe. But in the Draw Your Partner, it's called DYP for short. I paired up with one of the top players in the world, and we placed pretty well. So I'd say in the future, like overall, I'd eventually, because right now I'm like on the tour, on the pro tour. I'm a rookie to like amateur level, and eventually, I'd like to get to a pro master level someday. But really, it's about putting the time on the table, and like if you want to put the time in it.
Do you have any tips on how to get them involved, or have any just piece of advice to give them?
Personally, I'd say for like a new beginner, either you could look it up on Facebook or online. Even watch YouTube videos. Like when I first started, I started watching YouTube videos, like just how to get better from like I watched previous tournaments. There's actually it's called Foosball Clubs USA. They mainly go towards like elementary and like middle school, mainly up until high school. Mainly, there's nothing really for college yet, but that's coming in the works. But it mainly started in upstate New York, and it's been starting to grow ever since.